Yo, what's up, YouTube? Um, Sorry I haven't been posting. I moved to a new state. I moved from Indiana to Illinois, from Indianapolis to Chicago, basically this past week. But today we're going to be watching. We're going to be reacting to DanDaDan episode 4 and 5. Or episode 4, because I haven't seen 5 yet. I'll come back with a 5 video though. So this one's gonna be quick, kind of. This video is from Dark Hero Josh.
And the bootuber low-key got hands. Made this guy look up, get your ass out of here. Sweet the boobies guy broke his jaw and sent him flying. Gave this guy the elbow and straight minks. Next one tries to sneak him, grabbed him by the arm, flipped him like a rotisserie chicken. That's when we see a beam of light from a UFO, and we see the ones descending from the ship are Taro and the goat Seiko, and she's just horror farming with the bat in hand, cig in mouth. It was beautiful, don't get me wrong, even Momo was shocked. Alright, so we pick up right where we left off with the volcano starting to erupt, and the PA system was like,
"Attention, attention, the volcano's erupted, please evacuate. If you still happen to be in the village, what the fuck are you doing? Get your ass out of there."
So Auntie is just blaming Momo because since she murked the giant earthworm that the volcano was erupting, but Momo's like, wait a minute, why is there a legend about a dragon rising to heaven if earthworms can't take the sun? And that's where she realized that the legend isn't about the earthworm, but the fountain being the sign that the volcano was gonna erupt. So Momo picks up that damn worm, tosses it over the mountain, starts running towards the hot spring with the tail to plug the fountain, runs back up the mountain while outrunning the entire Keto family. By the way, yeah, they gotta go hop on a damn treadmill or something. I know she got some psychic powers, but there's no excuse. That ain't add to her stamina. Y'all just slow as shit. But we see that Momo's plan is to use the worm as one big hose to put out the magma. Now at first I was like, what the fuck is she doing? Well, let me just apologize real quick for doubting Momo's amazing IQ play. That will be the first and last time I'll do that shit. So Momo's putting out the fire with her makeshift worm hose, but she realizes that the affected area was greater than she thought and questions if the wildfire would end up being worse than the magma itself. But Auntie drop kicks Momo, had her tumbling too. Thought Momo got sent to heaven for a second. But the Keto family pull up on Momo, pressing her about disrespecting the earthworm's body. But she says that she's trying to put out the magma, and I'm sitting here like y'all are both trying to save the village. Auntie, shut your ass up and hit the volcano with a Jennifer Lopez anaconda fist or something. But she says that outsiders should stay out of it, and that she'll make Momo the sacrifice to stop Lord Volcano's wrath. And Momo's like, damn, y'all really switching up on your god that fast? Rain man. And as they're about to jump Momo pretty much, that's when the bootuber comes in with a flying kick to save Momo. He then reveals that Seiko is actually his master, and a week ago she told him that Momo and them would be in his ends and just hung up after that. And the bootuber low-key got hands, made this guy look up, get your ass out of here. Sweet the boobies guy broke his jaw and sent him flying. Gave this guy the elbow and straight minks. Next one tries to sneak him, grabbed him by the arm, flipped him like a rotisserie chicken. Now I was already rocking with bro as it was, but after this he is solidified as a goat. So Momo grabs the worm and tries to put out more of the fire and magma. But that's when someone starts putting holes in the worm, and I was like, ah shit, demon home. And Evil Eye knocks out the Keto family and W keys Auntie. He ain't forget about what she did back in the day. Charged up that axe kicks of hell and broke her arm, and she would have been taken out the map if Momo ain't save her. And I was like, Momo, why are you saving the ops? What are you doing? Like, I know it was in goodwill of Gigi so he wouldn't become a murderer, but still, the sun would have still shined the next day if you took her out. The earth would have kept spinning. But Evil Eye flash stepped, bro, and he was fiending for that body. But my favorite bootuber came in with a flying kick to stop him. Evil Eye spun around though, gave him the axe kick of doom, had him holding his head so it wouldn't fall off, and almost put bro 6 feet under, literally and figuratively if Momo ain't pull him out. Momo tries pressing him about where's Okarun at, but Evil Eye was just like, I'll talk about what I want to talk about. Like, what? Even my goat knew his place, saying that he couldn't compete with Evil Eye. Auntie's still running her mouth about how it's all Momo's fault, which is funny because if she ain't sacrificed Evil Eye in the first place, then her arm wouldn't have been taken out of commission. But Momo tells her to quit it with the whining and that they gotta team up for the one time. Evil Eye starts dashing towards them. Momo tells them to get down because of the grudge ball. Good calms Momo. But she looks up and Evil Eye's right in front of her, about to take her out. But my goat kicks her out of the way just in time. Auntie came in with a Jennifer Lopez anaconda, knocking Evil Eye on his side, but he just looks right at her. And Momo pulled her out before he sent her to the Lord himself. Momo really acting like the support main in this tag team trio, and she's high-key doing good. Holds Evil Eye's upper body so the bootuber can sweep his ass, and Momo held his legs together too, but the grudge ball came in and just destroyed her spirit hands, and Evil Eye wasted no time, knocked the bootuber to the tree and broke the trunk in half. Yeah, kiss that handstand dream goodbye, my goat. It was a good run. He W keys Momo, about to hit her with the Orewa Strikada. If it wasn't for Mr. Mantis Shrimp with the right hook, after that he just started landing straight haymakers at Evil Eye, putting him on the defense, pushing him back. And Momo's like, what you doing here? What about your son, gang? But that's when we see a beam of light from a UFO, and we see the ones descending from the ship are Taro and the goat Seiko, and she is just oro farming with the bat in hand, sig in mouth. It was beautiful, don't get me wrong. Even Momo was shocked. Even Evil Eye had to respect the oro farming instead of getting in the way. Seiko jumps off Taro after using him as a human surfboard and charges at Evil Eye with Mantis Shrimp to jump him. Knock bro into slumber with the grudge ball, cause he was trying to run the ones with Seiko from one aura farmer to another, and they was getting active, I tell you. Weave the bat, Seiko dodges the kick, catches the follow up with the bat, parry to the sky. He flips over the bat, tried to lunge at her, but Seiko evades. What made this shit sad was the fact that Mantis was trying to sneak bro, but somehow was the only one taking the hits. Seiko tries to get a hit in, but Evil Eye flips over the bat again. Weaves the bat, she weaves the right, and at this point they just trying to see who can get the first hit in. But my girl Seiko jaw checked him, landing the first blow. She dodges the follow-up, and as Evil Eye was about to stomp her into the ground, she threw her sig at his face and got out of the way. Oh my goodness, the disrespect is crazy. They clashing, and I'm just shocked how Evil Eye ain't lose his ankles with the amount of times the bat hit it. But that's when she tags Taro in. He got into sprinter position and hit the dash towards them. As Seiko is keeping Evil Eye occupied, Taro heads towards Evil Eye and bro just obliterated Taro. No! Psych! Seiko tagged Taro's body with seals inside, so they just hit a team ult with the bootuber doing the enchantment, and Taro's body reconstructed over Evil Eye's body, pretty much sealing him in Taro's body. I guess we know where Momo got her battle IQ sense from. And look at this shit. Holy aura farm straight out of Ninja Storm after you beat the opponent. But they definitely hit that shit on, bro. Don't get me wrong. This shit was fire. So the UFO is carrying the worm in order to put out the magma and wildfire. And the ship is actually being flown by the Mantis Shrimp's son. How cute. So Seiko's pressing the bootuber because she gave him the heads up, but he apologizes and says that she gave him bad comms. So Momo and Mantis Shrimp run towards the house, and as she tries to clear the rubble, she sees that she can't use her powers at the moment. But Mantis Shrimp tells her to watch her jet as he cleared that shit out of the way for her. We see that the lava has already filled the hole, but she's determined to save Okaroon because she promised him. But that's when Lil Homie pulls out a covered magma shell kind of thing, and Momo really burning her hands right now trying to break into it. As we see Okaroon and TG inside, we see that the earthworm's mucus coated the room that they were in, and that's what saved them from the lava. So Momo helps Okaroon out of there, and he trips onto her chest, and he's all flustered and shit. You know, classic anime trope, but Momo hugs him, glad that he's safe and alive, ending off the episode. This episode was honestly great, bro. From Seiko throwing hands with Evil Eye to the wholesome moment we got with Okarun and Momo. It kind of gave me that final battle type of vibe with everyone pulling up to help Momo and pretty much jump Evil Eye and stop the volcano. What's kind of crazy though was Seiko was holding her own against Evil Eye and she wasn't even on her own turf. Imagine if they scrapped in her ends, it'd be up for Evil Eye on, bro. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below your thoughts on this episode, and if I should continue making these weekly or bi-weekly episode coverages. Make sure
like and subscribe to Dark Hero Josh, please. Yeah, that was a good episode. I read the manga, so we could do episode 5, but for now, we can do episode 5. We're gonna compare the anime and the manga.
Warning, heavy spoilers for DanDaDan Season 2, Episode 4, You Have Been Warned. This episode adapts the second half of Chapter 45 and all of 46, 47, and 48. I love how in the second episode of this anime season, Gigi was the GOAT, and then in Episode 3 it was Okarun, and now in Episode 4 it's Momo. I do love how our trio are getting their time to shine in this season, each showing off their powers and displaying what they are good at, and Momo throughout the first half of this episode is an absolute goat. Using the earthworm to try and drench out any of the lava and fire, I was really impressed with her techniques, as well as using the earthworm to more or less save the village. A bit ironic there. She's cool, calculated, and funny at times. But sadly, the worshippers of the great volcano try and stop Momo from saving the village, and you can tell how much they hate outsiders by the way they are talking down to Momo. Even though Momo is risking her life to save this village, they do not want her help at all. They want to do it themselves. Very frustrating to watch. And they're going as far as to sacrifice a Momo to the volcano. These guys are off their nut. But fortunately, the Bootuber priest comes in to save the day and saves Momo. And we get a surprising reveal that the priest Bootuber is actually the student of Momo's grandmother. Oh my gosh, what a surprise reveal! I can only imagine the Bootuber priest is going to play a big role in season 2 as well. Maybe he will be a new addition to the team. And honestly, I hope he does become part of the team because this guy is absolutely goated. The anime actually extended the fight sequence of him tackling those enemies because in the manga there was only this one manga panel. The anime wonderfully showcases what the Bootuber priest is made of, and you love to see it. And just when Momo and the Bootuber priest have the upper hand, who comes in to spoil the fun but the evil eye Gigi. The anime made the action sequences so much more clearer than the manga. I feel bad for Momo not wanting to fight her childhood friend, her first love. When the episode began, I thought it was going to be Momo versus the volcano cult people, but with evil eye Gigi back in the action, I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect him to appear. I thought Okarun defeated him. This entire sequence of events was incredibly shocking to me. I did not expect evil eye Gigi to be fighting them, as well as Momo having to team up with the volcano leader warrior person and Bootuber priest boy. But honestly, I'm happy that Evil Eye Gigi is here because the entire color palette changes and it looks visually appealing. I must say that the character art looks a lot more simplified in this episode compared to the previous episodes, and I think that is because there is so much more motion in this episode. And wow, the Bootuber priest yet again gets another grand sequence of action animation. I truly feel like the anime really enhanced what the manga was doing. But just when Evil Eye Gigi gets the upper hand, boom, he gets KO'd by the mantis shrimp alien. A small nitpick here, but I do wish the anime added those streak lines when the mantis shrimp alien punched the Evil Eye Gigi. But it is not only the mantis shrimp alien, but also Momo's grandmother is here, and she is proudly riding the back of Taro. While I do like the shadow overlay on Grandmother Ayose and Taro, I must admit there is so much more detail in the manga panel. It's honestly mind-blowing in my opinion. But while the anime lacks in those extra line details, the anime beautifully makes up for some cool action animation sequences. This tag team is incredibly amazing. These guys are going absolutely bonkers. There is so much motion and movement. It feels like there is no wasted frame in this sequence. And also, the anime actually added some extra scenes in this fight, especially the sequence of Taro charging towards the Evil Eye Gigi. Most of that was anime original scenes, whereas in the manga it was only 2 panels. And mate, my jaw dropped onto the ground when Evil Eye Gigi smashed Taro into a million pieces. I was like, oh no, Evil Eye Gigi, he has the upper hand, he has the high ground. But it looks like it was all a trick. This seemed to be all part of Grandmother Ayase's plan. Did not expect any of this. Successfully sealing Evil Eye Gigi into the Taro Man. Yes, once again, while the anime did lack those extra details, the sequence, the fluidity was all there and spot on. You have to remove some of those details because it would take way too long to animate those details. You need to simplify the art to make the animation look more fluid. And they managed to seal the Evil Eye Gigi into Taro. I truly thought that Evil Eye Gigi was defeated by Okuron in last week's episode. So the first half of this episode to me was a big surprise and a treat for me to see Evil Eye Gigi fight one more time because that dude looks so cool and the color palette is insane. As we come towards the end of the episode, Momo is running for her life to try and save our boy Okuron. I'm not gonna lie you guys, but Momo putting her all into trying to save Okuron really warmed my heart. She even injures herself at times trying to save Okuron. I just really enjoy seeing the growth of these characters because season 1 episode 1 and 2 Momo probably would not have given a damn about Okuron, but she has now spent so much time with him, and Okuron was being the hero in last week's episode, putting his all into the fight, saving Momo, so now she is doing the same, showing her appreciation. Fortunately, Okuron is saved. I feel like if Okuron was any other character, he would have been absolutely KO'd. There is no way anyone would have survived the lava in my opinion. But Okuron being the main character, of course he had to conveniently be in that one room where he was protected. But I'm glad our boy Okuron is alive. He falls down after being so exhausted after the fight, and I feel like the anime made this entire scene very fan servicey because Okuron does not fall down directly onto Momo's chest. But of course it is a Shonen Jump series. Boys and young men are watching this, and it is what it is. In the past, Momo would have gone absolutely ballistic on Okuron for doing that, but this time she's like whatever, and she gives him a hug, and she's so happy that Okuron is alive. It was a really nice, emotional, heartwarming ending to this episode, and it seems to be a really nice touching way.
Hold on, y'all. Speaking of fan service, we will be watching things about where fan service comes from and the cultural implications of fan service and what it means and stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But basically, I'm alright with fan service because it's not made it's made for 14-year-old kids. Like, to appeal to them. It's not really made for adults. Like, and it's from a different culture, so I don't see the big deal, but I do. But I understand where people are coming from who don't like it, though.
Way to end this arc, as these past 4 episodes have been nothing but
By the way, the characters in Hikari are 18 and 19, so they can be lusted over if that's what you into.
absolute chaos and destruction and cool animation sequences. And now things seem to be over and settled. But what about Evil Eye Gigi? He's still alive, just inside Toro. Well, we just got to wait and see. Overall, this episode was pretty good. While some of the art was a little bit more simplified than the previous episodes, the action sequences were amazing in my opinion. Especially Bootuber Priest and Grandmother Ayase. Those guys are goated in my opinion. And for an episode to adapt 3.5 chapters pages, it did not feel rushed at all. It flowed really nicely in my opinion. Science Saru truly are the GOAT when it comes to adapting manga into anime. It's almost like they have mastered the science into making a faithful anime adaptation, no pun intended. But tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of DanDaDan Season 2 Episode 4? Did you like it or did you hate it? Tell me, did you see the first 3 episodes in the cinemas? Like this video, subscribe for more DanDaDan videos as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do.
Yeah, bro, that was a good episode. I think a new chapter of DanDaDan came out today. Maybe we'll take some quizzes and then end it. Oh, I believe Mondays are cursed. Which member of Team Avatar has the last name? Let's see. Oh, I didn't know they was gonna do Korra. I don't know about Korra. I feel like it's between Mako and Bolin. Oh, it's just Tommy Wow, of course. What duo would you join in during the zombie apocalypse? Any team that has Mikasa on it, we good, bro. Yeah, they up there. The cops? Nah, bro. They cool. I'm with Mikasa, bro. We're gonna be straight. DanDaDan, of course. What's the most important value to teach? Honor manhood is one, but I feel like that don't encompass everybody in society. I think everybody should have honor, but well, everybody should know the difference between feminine and masculine traits too. But I'm gonna go with curiosity personally. That's up there. That's up there. But he kind of like a conservative. This channel, what if all his, kind of conservative. So I don't agree with everything he says. I'm more liberal, but I like to hear the other side's opinion. I'm not closed-minded. I think to hear what they're talking about and compare it to what I know myself. I come to my own conclusions about stuff, but you know that's just me. What is the Doomsday Book? Anyway. Okay. Now we know some. I just never heard of that in history before. What kind of creature is a narwhal? Ain't it a whale? Yeah. Never have I ever imagined my life in the movie every day. That's why I write manga. Or comics, whatever you want to call it. I know we said we was going to cover episode 5, but I'm going to actually go watch episode 5 and then I'll make a follow-up video. So Thank you for watching this video, and I'll be back soon.